Okay, go right ahead, Kamal. Before you do start though, I would like to say that to our listeners, the way to think about the CDMO when it comes to recruiting is that to a degree, they are recruiting for you. So when you look around the CDMO and say, who is there? Who is going to work on my project? It's almost as if you're saying, who did they recruit for us? So you're recruiting internally for you. And if you're extensively using CDMOs, you should think as if, okay, who did they recruit for me? And that's kind of a very good way to think about that. And when it comes to recruiting new employees, new as in the millennial and now the generations following. Let's turn it over to Kamal, who's been working at universities, training biopharmaceutical engineers and others for quite a long time. So sorry to interrupt, Kamal, and go right ahead.
No, you did well by introducing me. I appreciate that. Yes. Like Louis said, yeah, I've been involved with, preparing the workforce for industry for almost 4 decades. And so really we have look at it from academic point of view is that there are some soft skills that the industry wants that's not in the regular curriculum. And so having some academic institutions being there, helping the industry with their recruitment, and with the retaining, so how we can help with the recruitment. We have centers of excellence, like for example at ACPHS, we are just starting a new center called Center for Biopharmaceutical Education and Training. We're going to be training pharmacists and engineers and life scientists to be ready for jobs that the CDMOs and others want. And so throughout my career, I have learned a lot about the industry and what the industry wants. And I realized that there are certain elements that in regular curriculum that doesn't exist. We could put it into short, intensive courses, sorry, that will prepare at least partially those who take these courses to enter the CDMOs or the biopharma in general, and being equipped with some hands-on. We believe in learning by doing. We believe in theory into practice. And so 2 things that I want to touch on that were brought up during this conversation was how to recruit and then how to retain. I think recruiting is a little bit difficult because you want an environment of GMP that's not taught at college, and so you have to prepare them for that kind of environment, which is strictly regulated by FDA, and everything is according to SOPs and GMPs, and deviations have to be revalidated. So because of that, recruiting is a little difficult from a fresh graduate. And I know the biopharma, they have their own in-house training, but the academia is helping with shortening that period of training. So if you hire new employees for your CDMO and you want to provide them with some soft skills, look around the country. There are a lot of universities like ACPHS that have intensive training programs that are done in a week long that cover what is involved in bioprocessing generally. For example, upstream processing, downstream processing, the regulatory aspects of bioprocessing in a biomanufacturing arena. So we are available, and we have learned because of our work with industry for many decades that what does the industry need and how we can respond to that need. And I see a change in academic mind in recent years. There are a lot of academic institutions that are revising curriculum to be industry friendly and to add some elements of this GMP and validation issues and upstream, downstream issues that is not part of regular courses. In addition to that, we have these programs that have been set up in different universities to respond to the needs and the demands of CDMOs and biomanufacturing industry and bio-based industries in general. Now, coming to the point of how to retain, because remember, this technology is evolving every day. If you would have spoke about single-use technology 10, 15 years ago, nobody knew about single-use technology. So if you have an employee who's working on stainless steel bioreactors, and now single-use is becoming an issue, a lot of biomanufacturing industries and CDMOs are looking at single-use technology, then your present employees need to be refreshed, with these new technologies that are coming out. For example, in the past, the production was mostly batch or fed batch based. Now we are looking at continuous biomanufacturing. And so these retooling can be done at the universities. For example, if we want to help a CDM company or a group from a biomanufacturing company to retain their employees, we can set up a customized program. If you want a customized program for your group that you have hired and they think they are lacking soft skills that you want, you talk to academic institution, talk to me. I can set up a program that fits your needs in a short period of time, like 3 to 5 days long, that will prepare your employees for dealing with the new changes that are coming. Equipment changed. 20 years ago, computer control wasn't there. Now everything is computer control. So retaining, part of it is by training. And when you talk about training is not only like something that you like to do. I think if you are in a GMP environment, you are obligated to do because it's a requirement by FDA. And FDA has issued a lot of reports about how your employees are prepared, what's their background knowledge, how many employees you have around one project, are they enough, are you burning it out? What is the impact of the training you offering, and do you need outside sources for training? So I think that CDMOs can benefit from academic institutions for short-term training programs. Now, when it comes to retaining, again, I have been involved in many programs when I was at WPI's Biomanufacturing Education and Training Center. We responded to the needs of the companies in the state of Massachusetts by providing their employees with degree programs. And this is what we're going to do here at ACPHS. We are starting a master's degree program that is a 1 year long. 1 year you can go through without thesis, take all aspects of biomanufacturing courses that you need, and then your company will pay for it. So like Pfizer, Shire, and others, Biogen, have sent people to WPI to be attending or being done on-site. I have done courses on-site at Pfizer, at Biogen for their employees, like after 5 o'clock, they can come to the class, spend 3-4 hours in the class, then put the lab work into a condensed way into 2-3 days, which can be done at the laboratories of the academic institution. So I think if employees are happy, you can retain them. And if you offer them, like if they are associate degrees, provide funding for offering them the access to a college to finish a degree, or if they are bachelor degree level and they want to get a master's degree, that possibility is available. And then that makes them happy because they will be really supported by the institution. And so when they get their master's degree, they develop loyalty to that company. So there was a question in the list of questions that came out, which says about where are the states that you can establish a small business or establish a new company or move your company to. I think there are several states that I am aware of that they have. You have to look for states that have top-notch academic institutions so you can have access to their talent. And you really not only have access to their talent if they have facilities like our CBET center that we are providing, you can have access to these facilities for contract research and stuff like that. So relocating to a place is good to put in mind. And I think Lorna mentioned that in her presentation, say that they have access to talent from the many universities that are around their area that they can tap into. So the states, for example, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, California, Texas, North Carolina. There are many states around the country that they really the universities are really starting to help the industry with their needs and their demands. And so, coming at it from an academic point of view, we are here to help the industry. It's not like the old-fashioned times of academia that there was focus only on research and teaching. Now there is focus on industry academia collaboration, and specifically translational research. Translational research is set up by an industry. They have a project that they don't want to do it in-house, or they don't have the facility to do it. They can send it to an academic institution like ACPHS. We can do the basic proof of concept research, and then if it is good, it's going to go back to the company and enter the pipeline where it could become a final product, So not only training, we are opening up to the industry to be a source of translational research, which is funded by the industry itself. It's not funded by NIH or NSF or other funding agency. It's funded by the company, done at an academic institution, goes back to the company, and if it's good, it's going to enter the pipeline. So I think the academia can play a role, and we are open, and we welcome, you guys, to contact us, talk to us about customized programs, about intensive programs, about online programs, about master's programs, and alike.